All right, we're back here in the bonus round, our last episode of the year with Russ, Alex, and Steven. We're going to look forward to 2014 and some of the trends and the things we can expect next year. One trend this year that a lot of people talked about very vehemently was the always online idea, as I think Steven posted on Kotaku. There was now games even say on the back of the box saying offline play is enabled. That's a feature now in these games. And there was big debacles like that SimCity issue. I mean, Diablo had some issues when that came out last year. Obviously, Xbox had a lot of issues. Is the idea of a single-player game, is that going by the wayside? I mean, I've heard a lot of rumors of some games next year that may go multiplayer only and not even bother with a campaign. You think we're going to see more of that? It's sort of like what Titanfall is doing to some degree.
I think the smart developers and publishers will make it optional still, but
Right.
you'll have a game like Need for Speed Rivals that is so much more interesting when the world is populated by other racers, and that's what people will go for. If you have a game like Titanfall, which only ever would make sense as a I mean, I guess you could have bots in that, so you could. If
I
you
think,
really wanted to.
skirmishes, yeah.
You could do that, but that is the way to go, and I think the smarter studios will do that rather than just say online only. That's not the same, though, as saying, will they eliminate these long, fairly linear campaigns? Because those, to me, feel like they're increasingly becoming a relic. So
Right.
expensive to make.
Yeah.
You burn through them in 8 hours.
Well, I was saying like Call of Duty, it's like they spend so much time marketing the campaign. And then I think the stats bear out that like there's a significant percentage of people that don't even ever click on the campaign.
Yeah.
And you think you pay $60, you might one weekend just say, hey, maybe I should try out this campaign, and now people go right to multiplayer. And I wonder at what point are these things going to become more like, subscription model, where you, especially with digital downloads and whatnot, you can buy into Call of Duty and it's $12 a month or something like
Free
that.
to play. Oh my God, the horror.
Well, there is a Call of Duty free-to-play game
China,
in
yeah.
Right.
China. Also, PS4, I don't know if on Xbox One, you can download just the multiplayer, or start by downloading the multiplayer of Call of Duty, which sort of fits into
Still costs
people's
$60.
preference
though.
for that. Yes, it does cost that much, but that's, I think, an acknowledgement of people's favoritism towards that. They also did try to do a subscription with Call of Duty, and people rejected that, but that's, they were charging $60 and then that. So it feels like the momentum is still there for people to make free-to-play games and foist them upon us. I hate that model because I feel like it's designed to guilt you into finally giving up and buying something you don't want in the game. But maybe we'll see, I don't know, Halo free-to-play? That could
Well,
happen.
but are the idea of these big narrative, blockbuster campaigns, are we gonna see fewer and fewer of those, Alex?
I don't think so. I mean, the issue for me with this always online stuff is that I think that just the game industry has not found a way to successfully convince people that that's something they really need or want. Like SimCity is a perfect example of that. You play that game, the worst parts of that game, the things that made it not fun, are the things that are focused on that always online multiplayer and just the limitations associated with that. And like people rebelled against the Xbox One specifically because they weren't convinced that this was something they needed or wanted. So that's really the trick. If we are moving in that direction, if we are going to start scaling back some of these big single player campaigns, start moving toward this multiplayer model, developers and studios have to find a way to convince people this is what they actually want. This works. This is something that benefits you as a player. Because right now that argument hasn't really been made efficiently.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and I would say I don't think a company like Activision wants people to think like they're taking features away from them. If they remove the campaign from Call of Duty, I think people would feel a little bit like, oh, I got screwed over. But I could see them introducing maybe another co-op opportunity or like something that isn't the direct sort of repetitive campaign that we've all played, but maybe a different direction that's also multiplayer focused, but something closer to zombies or the new Extinction mode that just released. So that could be the way to sort of solve that problem.
All right, guys, hold that thought. We'll be right back here on the bonus round.